What really happened to Malaysian Airlines flight MH370? 10 years ago, Malaysian Airlines flight 370 disappeared on radar March 8th, 2014, while flying from Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Malaysia to its planned destination in Beijing. Of course, it never arrived. There were 227 passengers on board, 12 crew members at the time. It's hard to believe to my brain that 10 years have now passed and we might finally have some pieces of information, some leads as to what caused this disappearance. Ashton Forbes is a citizen investigative journalist, has in many ways devoted his life to figuring out what happened here. And we decided to invite Ashton on the show to present some of this new evidence, provide some context. And it seems like for a lot of us, maybe this is a story that has just disappeared from our own collective memories. Ashton, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Clayton, for having me. I'm happy to be here today.
Well, thrilled to have you. And it's just hard to believe that it's been 10 years. And I remember it was a Saturday morning for me in the United States. And we were just going on the air on Fox News. I did the weekend show, Fox and Friends. And my co-host at the time, Tucker Carlson, we were in the green room. We were getting coffee. We're preparing for the show. And we couldn't believe that this story had happened.
Well, a Fox News alert, we now know missing Malaysia Flight 370 was deliberately diverted. And today the investigation turned to the crew and passengers aboard that plane.
All right, we're back now with a Fox News alert. Investigators are moving the search for that missing airplane from sea to land, some uninhabited islands. The search begins with some hundreds of islands off the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. How could this thing have evaded the radar? I mean, we have stealth aircraft for just such an occasion, but you're saying there's no radar out there anyway.
It's one of those stories that he and I still communicate about many, many years later. And it's an unbelievable story. And we knew at the time something seemed really fishy about the whole thing. This was not just a lost craft. Something deeper was going on here. I'm curious, before we get into the nitty-gritty, it compelled me to be so fascinated about this story. What compelled you about this story to really dive so deeply into this?
I think I had a similar experience that you did 10 years ago. I've always been interested in plane incidents in general because I've had a fear of flying my whole life, even though I've done it a lot for my job. And the MH370 situation was very unusual.